What's up, Maik Wiedenbach here. A question from the audience. Hey Mike, I gained weight. Should I take Winstrol now to take it off? Before we go into the debate of the steroid Winstrol, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor. I don't know anything about anything. So if you take advice from me, I can't help you. Now, with that being said, Winstrol. What is it? It's a DHT derivative that sprang to fame in 1988 when Ben Johnson beat Carl Lewis in 100-meter dash. He just destroyed him. He was tested positive, and the positive test pretty much set off a run for Winstrol because it became this mystical drug that was supposed to cut fat and make you leaner and bigger. Is that true? So Winstrol has a favorable anabolic to androgenic rating, meaning the side effects are not as pronounced. It is what I would call a performance drug, meaning if you want to run faster, jump higher, those kind of things for boxers without packing on a lot of weight. Okay? It does not burn fat, but because of the drying out effect and the fact that it doesn't aromatize, it makes you look leaner if you are lean already. All right, let's go, right? Well, not so fast. There's a couple issues with any drug. So Winstrol is a very, very powerful drug that has side effects. Number one, it is liver toxic in the oral form and in the injectable form. AST, LRT will elevated, and it can also lead to cancer. Now, people always say, oh, it's reversible and so on and so forth. Brings me to the next point. People always ask if they should do an oral-only cycle. You should not. Get that out of your head. You always use the injectable form of steroid. If you can't do that, do not bother. Okay? So the liver hepatotoxicity, that's a big problem with Winstrol. Anecdotally, we know of sleeplessness and anxiety, which in times of a pandemic is maybe not what you want to have. Okay? Winstrol will also kill your cardio. So if you are a distance runner or biker or whatever, it's not the drug for you. It's just not. Okay? A big issue with Winstrol is soft tissue damage, meaning ruptures of the tendon, of the muscle, they're becoming weaker, and also people tend sometimes to lose overall strength even though they take in more of the drug. So the injuries, that's a very, very big problem in terms of if you're performing for something and you rupture your tendon, you're out, obviously. And lastly, the big one that nobody wants to talk about, but it's important, is your heart. You can be the biggest dude on the planet. If your heart goes out, you're done. So Winstrol, like all steroids, switches, so to speak, your cholesterol out, meaning it lowers your HDL and it ups your LDL cholesterol, which is a bad combination. It can be to like arterial plaque and then subsequently a heart attack. No fish oil ending will counteract that. So what I'm trying to say is that if your motivation to take a drug that's that powerful is, well, I ate like shit during the pandemic and now I'm making up for it by taking this drug, I would suggest clean up your diet and clean up your training and wait 5 years and then consider taking the drug. But if you're on the cusp of making the NFL or the Olympics or whatever, I can sort of see that you might be tempted to taking that. But for most people, like I said, it's a very powerful drug and you really shouldn't touch it. The risks are just not worth it. Mike out.